Hey, welcome back to the batch program tutorials. In this one, we'll be dealing with some drawing editing. We have our trusty batch or test assembly here, and we can go through. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this multi-body parts is simply a way of going through your derived parts and treating them as assemblies rather than parts. So if I search through the assembly here, you'll notice this 1008 is treated as a part because that's what it's seen as, but in reality that is a derived part. So if I select multi-body and then run through it again, you'll notice that it treats 08 as an assembly now, and we'll have one beneath that. Sorry for not mentioning it beforehand, but it's something I find useful in the future. In this case, so we've got a bunch of options here. Obviously, these will only work on the parts you have drawings for. So those we have selected here. Open drawings and closed drawings, that's pretty self-explanatory. Edit revisions is a nice place to do all your modifications in one spot rather than going through each drawing. And so here we have our list of revisions, and I'd mentioned before, but make sure if you want to edit these descriptions here are located in your settings menu, and they must correlate to what your drawings show. Otherwise, that column will be blank or it won't update correctly. So these edits, as per you'd expect, you can also right click and get options here, so you can apply your values to all the columns just so you can speed up that process. You can add revisions as well. You can also remove revisions, something you can't do with Inventor. If you want to remove a revision, you have to recreate the entire table. But once you have a revision, do whatever you want, say OK. I find this really easy when checking drawings and approving them. It's far faster than going through one by one. So we go through there, we see our new revision was added, and our names were changed but checked by me. If you are one that has an alphabet revision and a numerical revision, you can use this option to change Reb Type. So in our case, if we look at 1002 is an alpha revision, and this is an alpha revision as well. So we want to move into a numerical. You can either delete it and add a new one by hand, or we can choose to change Rev Type. That's this next option here. Choose numeric. If you keep revision history, it will keep the dates and the names, but the description will and the rev will change dependent on what your settings are. So in this case, you want to move them to a numeric. It will delete the table and recreate it. Approve for manufacturing, just as we had liked. And we can go back, we can see there they are. And once again, you can say this approved by me. Apply to all cells. And okay. So just a quick way to go through and update all your rev tables rather than one by one. Export drawing, we've done that in the last video. The only difference here is a PDF creates PDF as opposed to DXF and DWG. And remember, those are in your settings up here, depending on how you want to export. I mentioned the rev table that's found here. These listings need to be exactly what you see down here. They're not case sensitive, but they are spelling. So with that, probably the biggest ones I use, exporting PDFs is and changing revs, probably the most useful feature of this program I found. The eye properties, we think we've done it before, but it's again, same idea where we can go through opening up, so editing these three all at once, and we can change the standard eye properties. If you have the custom tab here, that means you have the extra settings in the settings menu. Some experimental functions, which we'll go through a bit later. But this way you can edit your eye properties and edit your rep tables and edit your check by en masse. I find it really helpful. Hopefully you do too. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.